Life changes can seem daunting, but what if you knew there were clear signs indicating it's time to take that step? Imagine waking up one day and feeling that something inside you is yearning for transformation. The quest for a more meaningful life, one that aligns more closely with your desires and values, may be the key to unlocking your true potential. Now pay attention. Have you ever found yourself questioning your choices or feeling a restlessness that you can't ignore? These may be signs that change is closer than you think. And believe me, you're not alone on this journey. Many people go through moments of crisis that are, in fact, disguised opportunities. It's as if life is sending you subtle messages, and it's up to you to decipher them. And when you finally realize that change is necessary, a new world opens up before your eyes. But how do you know if you are really ready? What are the signs you should look for? Stay alert, because today we will explore these indicators that can transform not just your routine, but your entire existence. After all, what lies ahead may be exactly what you need to take the next step. Discontent with routine. Many people find themselves trapped in a routine that seems endless. They wake up at the same time every day, follow the same route to work, and repeat the same activities. It's as if they're in an endless cycle where novelty and excitement seem to have vanished. This feeling of discontent can be quite overwhelming, leading to profound reflection on life and the choices made thus far. What once brought joy now feels like a burden. This discontent may be accompanied by an internal restlessness, a voice that whispers that something is missing. The search for new experiences begins to catch attention, like a light at the end of the tunnel. The desire to break free from monotony and explore the unknown grows stronger. Sometimes this manifests in the form of small changes, like trying a new restaurant or taking an unexpected trip. Other times, it is a deeper quest for significant transformation. Routine, as comfortable as it may be, can stifle creativity and the ability to dream. Discontent can serve as a warning, a signal that it's time to reassess priorities and what truly matters in life. This dissatisfaction can be the fuel needed to take the first step toward a new direction. After all, who hasn't wondered if they are truly living or just existing? As time passes, this dissatisfaction can intensify, leading to a breaking point. The idea that something different must be done becomes a constant in the mind. Life doesn't have to be just a sequence of obligations and tasks. It can be full of meaning and purpose. This realization is what can drive someone to seek radical changes, whether in their career, relationships, or even lifestyle. Thus, for many, discontent with routine becomes a catalyst for transformation. It's an invitation to explore new possibilities and experience life more fully. People begin to realize that life is too short to be lived only in the comfort. And this realization is the first step toward a journey of self-discovery and renewal. Desire for personal growth. The desire for personal growth is a flame that burns within many of us. As life advances, the uncontrollable urge to learn, develop new skills, and expand horizons emerges. This relentless quest for self-discovery can be both exciting and challenging. It's as if an internal voice pushes us to go beyond what we already know and explore new facets of who we are. This desire can manifest in various ways. Some people choose to go back to school, others seek new hobbies, or engage in activities that challenge their abilities. The important thing is that this drive for personal growth is not something to be ignored. It is a sign that the soul yearns for more, for a richer and more meaningful life. With each new experience comes an opportunity for learning and self-awareness that can lead to a new level of satisfaction. The journey of personal growth often involves stepping out of the comfort zone. It can be uncomfortable, but it is in this space of uncertainty that we often find the greatest rewards. Learning comes with mistakes, challenges, and successes. Each step taken toward growth is a victory in itself. It's a reminder that we are always evolving and that it's never too late to reinvent ourselves. Sometimes this desire to grow can be triggered by a specific situation or by a conversation that resonates deeply. It could be an inspiring read, a motivational talk, or even a chat with a friend. The important thing is to recognize this impulse and give it space to flourish. It's an invitation to turn dreams into tangible goals and thus build a life that reflects who we truly are. Thus, the desire for personal growth is a powerful force, and take us to places we never imagined, to experience things that once seemed impossible. And in the end, it is this quest for evolution that makes us human, connects us, and makes us realize that there is always something new to be discovered within ourselves. Feeling of stagnation. Feeling stagnant is a common experience that many face at some point in life. It's as if they are stuck in an elevator that won't budge. This feeling of stagnation can be distressing, leading to reflection on the choices made thus far and what can be done to change the situation. It's a clear sign that something needs to be adjusted, but often we don't know where to start. The feeling of stagnation can manifest in different areas of life, at work, in personal relationships, or even in health. The routine becomes so repetitive that excitement and passion seem to have disappeared. This state can generate frustration, anxiety, and even depression. It's as if we are just fulfilling obligations without really living. It's a call to action, an invitation to question what we really want. When we become aware of this stagnation, two options arise: continue in the same way or seek change. First may provide a temporary sense of security. The second is where true transformation resides. The urge to break this cycle can be found in self-analysis and the search for new challenges. Each small step toward the unknown can be the beginning of an exciting and liberating journey. Recognizing that we are stagnant is the first step toward a new direction. It is a moment of honesty with oneself, where one must ask, what do I really want from my life? This kind of reflection can open doors that were once closed, leading to unexpected growth. And when we start to act, even timidly, the feeling of stagnation begins to dissipate. Thus, stagnation can be one of life's greatest teachers. It teaches us to value movement, change, and evolution. By facing it with courage, we can discover that we have the capacity to shape our destiny and pursue the life we truly desire. After all, life is a journey, and each stage, even the most challenging ones, is an opportunity for learning and growth. Search for purpose. The search for purpose is an intimate and often challenging journey. In an increasingly fast-paced world where daily obligations seem to take over life, it is natural for people to ask, what is my purpose? This reflection may arise in moments of solitude, or even amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, when the external noise quiets and the mind turns inward. Purpose is that force that drives us to act, to seek something greater than ourselves. It is what makes us get out of bed every day with a smile on our faces, even in the face of difficulty. But finding it can be a challenge. Often, it requires going through a process of self-discovery, where we explore our values, passions, and deeper desires. What truly matters to you? What makes your heart beat faster? The journey in search of purpose can take time and require patience. One must be willing to experiment, make mistakes, and learn. Some people discover their purpose in altruistic activities, others in careers they truly love, and some in hobbies that make them feel alive. The important thing is not to be afraid to explore different paths. Each experience is a piece of the puzzle that will one day form the complete picture of our purpose. Moreover, the search for a greater purpose can bring a sense of connection, not only with oneself, but also with others. When we understand what motivates us, we can relate better to the people around us. We can find communities and groups that share similar values, creating bonds that strengthen our journey. This connection can be an important foundation in the search for a meaningful life. Therefore, the search for purpose is an invitation to introspection and action. It is the opportunity to discover what truly makes sense and brings joy. By embarking on this journey, we not only find our place in the world, but also become more aware of how our choices impact the lives of others. And thus, each step taken toward purpose is a celebration of life in its most authentic form. Frequent emotional changes. It is quite common these days to feel a whirlwind of emotion. One moment you feel on top of the world, and the next, a wave of sadness or anxiety catches you by surprise. This kind of emotional change can be a sign that something is not right. Sometimes, this emotional roller coaster is a reflection of dissatisfaction with life, and the heart cries out for transformation. It's as if an inner voice is whispering that changes are necessary, but you still don't know exactly what to do about it. Anxiety can be especially uncomfortable. That feeling that something bad is about to happen, even without an apparent reason, can be paralyzing. And, of course, sadness appears as a weight that seems never-ending. It is in this context that many find themselves seeking answers, trying to understand why they feel this way. What goes on in the mind and heart can be an invitation to look inward and seek solutions that bring more joy and lightness to life. Frustrations often manifest themselves as small daily irritations. A delay in traffic, poorly chosen word, or even a lack of motivation for everyday tasks can be reflections of a greater dissatisfaction. This emotional roller coaster is part of the process of self-discovery and self-awareness. The big question is, how can we transform this energy into something positive? The answer may lie in the courage to face what truly matters and seek what brings genuine satisfaction. And when you finally realize that these emotions are guiding you towards something greater, transformation becomes a real possibility. Instead of suffocating these feelings, you can use them as a catalyst. Talking with friends, seeking therapy, or even writing in a journal can help organize these confusing thoughts and find clarity. It is in this space that change can begin to sprout, bringing a new meaning to what once seemed like mere discontent. Deep down, this emotional roller coaster is an invitation to change. Instead of feeling lost, it may be the moment to redirect your energies toward what truly matters. And so, you may discover that each emotion has its role in the journey of personal transformation. Attraction to new opportunities. Life is a vast palette of colors, and sometimes all we want is to experience a new shade. When you start to feel an attraction to new opportunities, it is as if a world of possibilities opens up before your eyes. It could be a new career, a hobby you never thought to explore, or even a lifestyle that seems more aligned with who you really are. This curiosity is a powerful sign that you are ready for something different. Feeling of wanting to explore the unknown is exhilarating. You might catch yourself thinking about how interesting it would be to start a photography course, learn to cook dishes from other cultures, or even take a trip to a place you've always dreamed of. This new passion can ignite a flame within you, bringing a burning desire to change your routine and try something new. It is like a call to adventure that cannot be ignored. However, this desire to explore can also bring a bit of fear. What will happen if you take the risk? What if things don't turn out the way you imagine? These thoughts can be an obstacle, but they are also part of the process. By choosing to open yourself up to new opportunities, you are, in fact, challenging your own limitations and allowing yourself to grow. After all, life is about taking risks, and the greatest learnings often come from the experiences that challenge us the most. And when you allow yourself to explore these new opportunities, you may discover talents you didn't even know you had. Imagine diving into a new project, or getting involved with a group of people who share the same passion. This new social circle can enrich your life and take you to places you never imagined. Thus, the attraction to new things is not just about what you can do, but also about who you can become. In the end, opening yourself up to new opportunities is one of the bravest steps you can take towards a more satisfying and fulfilling life. It's a chance to reinvent yourself and, who knows, find a new purpose that makes you shine. Inspiration from stories of overcoming. Sometimes, all we need to take the next step is to hear the story of someone who also faced challenges and managed to overcome them. These stories of overcoming have a transformative power. They remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that change is possible. When you hear about someone who came out of a difficult situation and found success, it's like receiving a breath of hope. These life narratives can arise anywhere, in a book, in a documentary, or even in a casual conversation with a friend. Each account brings with it a dose of motivation, showing that, with determination and resilience, it is possible to rewrite one's own story. Often, we identify with these experiences, and by doing so, we find the courage to face our own challenges. The beauty of stories of overcoming lies in the diversity of experiences. From people who completely changed careers to those who overcame illnesses or financial difficulties, each account is unique and valuable. These testimonies encourage us to believe that change is feasible. And most importantly, they teach us that the path may be difficult. The reward is worth it. Often, when hearing these stories, we can see a bit of ourselves in them. This makes us reflect on our own lives and challenges us to take action. It's as if these narratives are a mirror, showing that overcoming is a collective journey and that we all face battles, even if in different forms. This connection creates a sense of community and inspires us to seek our own paths of transformation. Thus, by drawing inspiration from stories of overcoming, you allow yourself to dream bigger and believe that your own story can also be filled with achievements. This motivating energy can be the fuel you needed to take the first step toward a richer and more meaningful life. Desire to improve relationships. When you start to realize that some relationships no longer bring you joy or growth, it is a clear sign that changes need to occur. The desire to improve relationships may arise as a need to distance yourself from people who drain your energy. And this is not only valid but necessary. Often, the environment around us can profoundly impact our emotional well-being, and recognizing this is the first step towards change. The pursuit of healthier connections is an act of self-love. It's about surrounding yourself with people who support you, who share similar values, and who bring light to your days. This may mean cutting ties with toxic friendships, or even reevaluating family relationships that aren't constructive. It's not an easy process, but it's fundamental for personal and emotional growth. Sometimes this desire to improve relationships can also lead to the search for new friendships. Meeting new people can open doors to enriching experiences, and this can bring a new perspective to your life. Participating in groups, clubs, or even social events can be an excellent way to find people who truly share your interests and values. And remember, each new connection has the potential to teach you something valuable. Moreover, improving relationships is not just about distancing yourself from the negative. It also involves the willingness to cultivate what is good. This may include spending quality time with those you consider important, communicating more openly and honestly, or even striving to resolve conflicts in a healthy way. These actions can create stronger and more meaningful bonds with those who truly matter. In the end, the desire to improve relationships is a continuous journey. It's about allowing yourself to live surrounded by love, understanding, and support. And by doing so, you not only transform your relationships, but also take significant steps toward a more balanced and happy life. Feeling of urgency. You know when you wake up in the middle of the night with that knot in your stomach, as if something is screaming inside you? It's the feeling of urgency. Many people go through this, an internal impulse that doesn't let up and seems to say, enough, it's time to change. This pressure can arise from various situations, such as dissatisfaction with routine, or even the realization that time is passing. The opportunities are slipping through your fingers. It's as if an internal alarm has been activated, making you feel that it's time to act. This urgency is often the spark that ignites the flame of change. You may realize that you've spent too long settling into situations that don't bring happiness. You start to question yourself, why didn't I do this before? It could be a desire to change careers, to take a dream trip, or even to start a project that's always been on the back burner. Time becomes an important factor, and the more trapped you feel, the stronger this urgency becomes. Sometimes this feeling may be accompanied by a fear of the unknown. But strangely, it is also what brings a refreshing adrenaline rush. You find yourself thinking, what if I don't try? What if this is the only chance I have? This thought is powerful and can lead to decisions that once seemed impossible. After all, life is short, and urgency can be your best friend, pushing you out of your comfort zone. When this urgency arises, it's good to pay attention. It can be an opportunity to reassess your priorities and make significant changes. The important thing is not to let this feeling become a burden, but rather a motivation to pursue what truly matters. Life shouldn't be a sequence of the same days. It should be a journey filled with adventures and discoveries. And this urgency is what can lead you to new horizons. So when you feel this inner call, take it seriously. Make a list of the things you would like to change and start taking small steps. Don't think you have to do everything at once. Change is a process, and the feeling of urgency can be the push you needed to start down the path you've always desired. Search for balance. Balance. That word that seems so simple, but in practice can be a real challenge. Many people feel that life is a mess, as if everything is out of place. Work consumes most of the day, while leisure and self-care moments take a back seat. This perception of imbalance can be alarming and often leads to a deep desire to reverse the situation. When the search for balance becomes a priority, you start to realize how fundamental health and well-being are for a fulfilling life. It's not just about finding time to go to the gym or meditate, but rather about integrating those moments into your routine in a way that they become part of your everyday life. It can be a simple walk outdoors, time dedicated to reading, or even a break for contemplative coffee. These small habits can make a big difference. Imbalance often also reflects in personal relationships. You may feel so absorbed by work that you end up neglecting friendships or family moments. When you take a moment to reflect, you realize that life is not just about fulfilling obligations, but about creating memories and meaningful connections. This search for a balanced space may be what you need to feel more complete and satisfied. However, finding this balance requires courage. It's necessary to set boundaries and learn to say no to certain demands that drain your energy. Sometimes this can be difficult, especially in a world that values productivity above all. But remember, balance is a journey, not a destination. Every step toward a more balanced life is an achievement. As you seek this balance, it's important to pay attention to your emotional and physical needs. Take time to connect with yourself. Understand what truly makes your heart beat faster and what brings you joy. This self-discovery is essential for you to shape a life that resonates with who you really are. Strong intuition. Intuition is a powerful force that we often underestimate. It's that little inner voice that guides us, even when logic seems to tell us otherwise. When you start to pay attention to this intuition, you may realize that it is a compass pointing to the path you should follow. Often, this strong feeling that it's time to act arises during moments of reflection when you finally allow yourself to hear what your heart has to say. This intuition can be especially clear when you are at a turning point in life. It could be the decision to change careers, to end a relationship that no longer makes sense, or to embark on a new adventure. You feel that, regardless of the risks, you need to follow this impulse. This internal confidence, though hard to explain, is a sign that you are aligned with your true self. People who learn to trust their intuition often report an increase in mental clarity and inner peace. They begin to realize that life doesn't have to be a constant struggle, but rather a natural flow. When you open yourself to this intuition, the answers you seek begin to appear. It's as if the universe conspires in your favor, presenting opportunities and paths once seemed hidden. However, developing this connection with intuition requires practice and patience. Often, we are so immersed in external expectations that we forget to look within. Meditation, journaling, and moments of silence can help access this inner wisdom. When you allow yourself to slow down and listen, intuition becomes stronger and clearer. The beauty of following your intuition is that it brings a sense of authenticity and purpose. Every step you take in that direction becomes a reflection of what you truly desire, and that can be liberating. When you act driven by this intuition, life becomes richer, filled with meaning, and above all, aligned with who you really are. Readiness for the unknown. Readiness for the unknown is a characteristic that separates those who live fully from those who are paralyzed by fear. It's fascinating how the unknown can be both terrifying and thrilling. For some, the idea of stepping out of their comfort zone is an invitation to grow, while for others, it can seem like an endless abyss. Key lies in how you choose to face this uncertainty. When you feel ready for the unknown, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. This willingness to experience new situations can lead to incredible opportunities you never imagined. You know that idea you've always had, but never had the courage to try? Readiness for the unknown is what gives you the courage to take the first step. After all, every great achievement begins with an act of bravery. This attitude also requires a certain flexibility. Life is full of surprises, and it is in this unpredictability that many of the best experiences occur. When you allow yourself to flow with changes instead of fighting against them, you discover that each new challenge brings valuable lessons. the ability to adapt becomes an ally, and you realize that you can face any situation with confidence. Moreover, this readiness can help dissolve the fear of failure. Instead of viewing mistakes as obstacles, you start to see them as part of the learning process. Each fall becomes an opportunity to rise stronger and more prepared. This mindset can transform your life, allowing you to dive into new experiences, the spirit of adventure. Finally, being open to the unknown is an invitation to self-discovery. You may be surprised at what you are capable of achieving when you allow yourself to explore new paths. That dormant passion, a hidden talent, or a skill you didn't even know you had may emerge in this process. Every step you take out of your comfort zone is a celebration of your courage and a step toward a richer and more meaningful life. So, has it become clear to you that change is closer than you imagine? These 12 signs are like beacons, illuminating the path you should follow. Sometimes life gives us subtle hints, but we need to be attentive not to miss the opportunity for transformation. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you ignored one of these signs? Now imagine what your life would be like if you decided to take the first step. What could you achieve? What dreams could become reality? Change can be scary, but remember, it's also an incredible opportunity for growth and learning. So what's stopping you from taking action? Fear? Doubt? Remember, true freedom comes from the courage to face the unknown. And here's a question. Are you willing to leave the comfort of your safety zone to embrace the new? Think about it, and if you haven't already, start writing your new story today. Share in the comments what you are willing to change and inspire those around you. Change begins with you.